The rain came down in sheets that Thursday evening, turning the Brooklyn streets into rivers of neon and shadow. Maya Chen pressed herself against the damp brick wall of the subway entrance, watching a woman collapse on the sidewalk across the street. Not drunk, not high, just broken. The kind of broken that comes from carrying the world too long without anyone offering to help hold the weight. Maya had seen that look before, in her own mirror, years ago when her mother's medical bills had swallowed everything and left her with nothing but an empty apartment and an emptier bank account. She should have kept walking. Everyone else did. The businessmen with their umbrellas stepped around the woman like she was a puddle to avoid. The couple sharing earbuds crossed to the other side. The taxi cabs didn't even slow down. This was New York, after all, where invisibility was a survival skill and minding your own business was practically a civic duty. But Maya couldn't move. Something about the way the woman's shoulders shook, something about the grocery bags spilled beside her with diapers tumbling into the gutter, something about the whole desperate scene grabbed Maya by the throat and wouldn't let go. She ran across the street, dodging a delivery truck that honked in angry protest. Up close, the woman was younger than she'd seemed, maybe 30, with dark circles under her eyes deep enough to tell stories of sleepless nights and impossible choices. Her clothes were clean but worn thin, and there was a hospital bracelet on her wrist, the kind they give you in the emergency room. "Hey," Maya said softly, crouching down. "Hey, are you okay?" The woman looked up, and Maya saw something flicker across her face, not hope exactly, but surprise. The surprise of being seen. "I'm fine," she said automatically, the lie we all tell when we're anything but. "You're sitting in the rain with groceries in the gutter," Maya said gently. "That doesn't look fine to me." The woman's face crumpled then, all her careful composure washing away like sidewalk chalk in the storm. "My daughter," she whispered. "She's 3. She's sick. I just came from the hospital. They said she needs this medicine, but my insurance won't cover it until next month and it's $400 and I don't have it. I don't have it." The last words came out as a sob, raw and desperate. Maya's heart clenched. $400. Not enough to be a fortune, but enough to be impossible when you're already drowning. She thought about her own apartment, small but paid for. Her job at the nonprofit, modest but stable. The $200 she'd been saving for new winter boots because her current ones had holes that led in the slush. She thought about her mother, and how strangers had become angels when Maya needed them most. "What's your name?" Maya asked. "Jessica. Jessica Martinez." "Okay, Jessica. Let's get your groceries out of the rain first, and then we're going to figure this out." Maya gathered the diapers, the boxed mac and cheese, the small container of strawberries that probably cost too much but that a mother bought anyway because her daughter loved them. They found shelter under a bodega awning, and Maya handed Jessica her phone. "Call the pharmacy. Ask them to fill the prescription." "I told you, I can't." "I know. I'm going to pay for it." Jessica's eyes went wide. No, I can't let you do that. You don't even know me." "I know enough," Maya said. "I know you're a mom who loves her daughter. I know you've been fighting hard enough that you ended up sitting in the rain because your body finally said it couldn't hold you up anymore. And I know that if I walk away right now, I'm going to hate myself every time I see my reflection." She pulled out her wallet, the one with the photograph of her mother tucked in the clear sleeve. "Someone helped me once when I needed it. Now it's my turn to pass it on." The transaction took 20 minutes. The pharmacy was closing soon, and they had to hurry. Maya used her credit card, wincing internally but feeling oddly light despite it. Jessica cried the whole way there, kept trying to give Maya her address, her phone number, promises to pay her back somehow, someday. "Just promise me one thing," Maya said as they waited for the prescription. "When you're in a position to help someone else someday, maybe it's next year, maybe it's 10 years from now, you do it. That's how you pay me back. You just keep the chain going." They parted ways at the pharmacy door, Jessica clutching the small paper bag like it contained salvation. Maybe it did. Maya watched her disappear into the subway, then started the long walk home in the rain, her wallet lighter but her chest feeling full in a way it hadn't in months. She didn't expect to see Jessica again. That wasn't how these stories usually worked in a city of 8 million people. You touched someone's life, and then you let them go, trusting that the ripples would spread in ways you'd never witness. But 3 years later, Maya was the one sitting on a park bench, unemployed after her nonprofit shuttered, staring at an eviction notice and wondering how everything had fallen apart so quickly. She was so lost in her despair that she almost didn't hear her name being called. Maya. Maya Chen. She looked up into a face she almost didn't recognize, fuller, healthier, lit from within with something that looked like peace. Jessica. Oh my God, it is you. Jessica sat down, her eyes bright. I've been hoping I'd run into you. I need to tell you, that night, what you did, it saved us. Not just the medicine, though that helped Sophia get better. It was bigger than that. You made me remember that people can be good. That the world isn't just cold and hard. And it gave me the strength to keep fighting. She pulled out a business card, pressed it into Maya's hand. I went back to school. Finished my nursing degree. I work at a community clinic now, and we help people who fall through the insurance cracks. People like I was. She looked at Maya more closely then, saw the eviction notice crumpled in her lap. Now it's my turn, she said quietly. Tell me what you need. And Maya, who had spent 3 years never regretting that rainy Thursday, who had sometimes gone without so she could help others, who had kept that chain of kindness moving forward even when her own life got hard, Maya finally let herself be helped in return. She told Jessica everything, and Jessica listened with the fierce attention of someone who understands that sometimes being heard is half the battle. The job offer came a week later, working at Jessica's clinic. The pay wasn't much, but it was enough. More than enough. Because Maya had learned what Jessica now knew, what gets passed down through every act of unexpected grace: we save each other. That's what humanity is, in the end. Not the big monuments or the grand gestures, but the small moments when we choose to see each other, to reach out across the rain and the darkness and say, I've got you. You're not alone. The chain continues, one kind heart at a time.